You ever get that feeling, like a woman is into you, but something just doesn't add up? She's laughing at your jokes, sticking around, showing up where you are. But when you try to figure out what's really going on, you're left second-guessing everything. She's not saying she likes you, but she's not walking away either. Bro, let me tell you something straight. Women don't always confess their feelings with words. Most of the time they show it. And if you don't know the signs, you'll miss it and lose your shot before you even knew you had one. In this video, I'm breaking down 10 signs she likes you but is trying to hide it. These aren't random theories or pickup tricks. These are real behaviors I've seen and lived through. From shy body language to subtle jealousy, we're about to unpack it all. So, if you've ever looked at a girl and thought, is she into me or just being friendly? This one's for you. Let's dive in. 1. She actually listens to you. One of the most telling signs that a woman likes you, even if she's not being obvious about it, is how intently she listens when you speak. Most people listen just enough to reply, but not her. She tunes into everything you say. Whether you're sharing your thoughts, dreams, or just what happened during your day, she makes you feel heard. You'll notice she doesn't interrupt or change the subject. In fact, she might even ask questions that invite you to open up more. This kind of focused attention is rare, especially if she's normally the talkative one. A woman who's genuinely interested will make space for your voice. She wants to know how your mind works, what makes you laugh, what frustrates you, and if she remembers small things you've told her, like the name of your childhood dog or your favorite snack, that's a major clue. People don't remember details unless they care. Her memory isn't just sharp, it's selective, and you've made the cut. This behavior becomes even more obvious when she adjusts her schedule to give you time to talk, or even creates moments to be alone with you. She might initiate late-night convos, ask for your opinion on things, or just check in randomly, pretending it's no big deal. Bottom line, when a woman listens more than she speaks, especially when she usually has a lot to say, it's because she likes what she hears, and she likes who she hears it from. She may not spell it out, but her silence speaks volumes. 2. She puts in effort, even if she pretends not to. Here's the deal. When a girl likes you but doesn't want to make it obvious, she won't say it with her words, but her actions will do all the talking. One of the strongest signs? She puts in effort. You'll notice it in the little things. Maybe she texts you first, finds reasons to call you, or conveniently bumps into you by accident. These moments are not random, they're intentional. She might downplay her gestures, acting like it's no big deal. Maybe she brings you coffee and says she was just passing by, or she checks in on you when you're sick and claims, "I do this for everyone." But deep down, you can tell it's different. Even if the conversation dies down, she finds a way to keep it going. If she sees you pulling away, she reels you back in with subtle but deliberate messages, funny memes, casual check-ins, or random updates that don't really need to be shared. And when it comes to making plans, she suddenly becomes available. She'll happen to be free when you ask, or she'll go out of her way to match your schedule. That's not luck, that's effort, disguised as coincidence. These actions show she's emotionally invested. She wants to stay connected, even if she's not ready to wear her heart on her sleeve. So when you see her trying, through messages, plans, gifts, or simple thoughtfulness, don't brush it off. She's dropping clues in plain sight. Effort is hard to fake. If she's showing up for you consistently, even in small ways, trust that she's doing it because you matter to her. She just doesn't want to admit it yet. 3. Her tone changes around you. The way a woman talks can reveal more than she intends. One major giveaway that she likes you, but doesn't want to show it, is how her tone of voice changes when she's around you. It becomes softer, more playful, or warmer than usual. She might even unconsciously switch into sweet mode without realizing it. Listen to how she talks to other people, friends, co-workers, even strangers. Then compare that to how she talks to you. If you notice a noticeable difference, like more warmth, more laughter, or even gentle teasing, that's not a fluke. That's emotional chemistry slipping through the cracks. Sometimes women roast the guys they like, especially if they're trying to play it cool. Light sarcasm, teasing jokes, or mocking your habits are all clever ways to interact without admitting their feelings outright. On the flip side, she may get super complimentary, telling you that your laugh is cute or that your shirt looks good on you. Either way, it's emotional energy directed specifically at you. Also, pay attention to the volume and rhythm of her speech. If she gets slightly nervous or breathes a little faster when she's talking to you, that's another subtle sign. And if she ever calls you by a nickname or repeats your name in a playful tone, yeah, she's into you. Tone is something most people can't fully control. So if hers softens or sweetens around you, that's her heart trying to sneak out through her voice. She might not say "I like you" out loud, but her tone will whisper it loud and clear. 4. Her friends. Know something's up, girls talk. That's a universal fact. If she's crushing on you, even if she's trying to hide it, her friends almost certainly know about it. In fact, they probably knew before she admitted it to herself. So if you want to uncover the truth, pay close attention to her circle. When you hang out with her friends, notice how they act around you. Are they teasing her when you're nearby? Do they shoot her knowing glances when you say something funny or compliment her? That's not just random behavior. That's their way of silently saying, "We know." Her friends might also drop subtle hints or ask you questions that feel oddly personal, like, "Are you two a thing?" or "Why haven't you asked her out yet?" These aren't innocent questions, they're probes, and if you listen carefully, you might catch them trying to nudge things along. If you're close to one of her friends, you might even consider asking them directly, if you're confident it won't mess things up. A bold move, yes, but sometimes clarity is worth the risk. The key is that her friends will always reflect what she feels. They'll either act awkward, overprotective, or overly friendly, depending on how much she's talked about you and how invested they are in her happiness. So if you're confused about her signals, stop looking just at her. Start watching the people she trusts most. Because when a girl likes you, her friends usually start liking you too, or at least treating you like someone who's about to be part of the group. 5. She acts shy around you. Even the most confident and outgoing women can suddenly turn shy around a guy they secretly like. It's one of the most natural and charming reactions you'll ever see. A girl who's usually loud and fearless might suddenly stumble over her words, avoid eye contact, or get quiet when you're near. Why? Because her feelings are getting in the way of her usual cool composure. This shift in behavior is her trying to manage the emotional intensity she feels around you. Her heart might race a bit faster, her voice may soften, and her hands could get fidgety. She might nervously play with her hair, touch her jewelry, or glance down when you compliment her. These little signs scream, "I like you, but I don't want to make it obvious." To test this, pay attention to how she reacts when you give her a genuine compliment. If she blushes, looks away, or giggles awkwardly, you've struck a chord. Compliment her success, her intelligence, or her style, something deeper than just her looks, and watch how she melts, even if she tries to hide it. Shyness isn't about being weak. It's about vulnerability. When she likes you, she feels exposed and a little nervous around you. That's actually a good sign. It means you're not just a friend or some random guy. You're someone who affects her emotionally. So, the next time she goes quiet when you're talking or stumbles over her words, don't assume she's bored or disinterested. More often than not, it's just her heart fighting her mind, and her heart is definitely losing control. 6. She gets a little jealous. Jealousy might be one of the clearest emotional reactions a girl has when she likes someone, but isn't ready to say it out loud. Even if she plays it cool, you can spot it in her eyes or tone the moment another girl steps into the picture. And trust me, she notices everything. She might suddenly get quiet if you mention another girl, or casually ask questions like, "Who was that texting you?" or, "So, are you close with her?" It'll sound playful or curious, but underneath, it's her trying to figure out her competition. She won't admit she's jealous, but her vibe will shift, and if you're hanging out in a group, she might try to reclaim your attention. Maybe she'll sit closer to you, interrupt your convo with another girl, or bring up an inside joke only you two understand. It's subtle, but intentional. She's re-establishing her place without making it obvious. Jealousy is a natural emotion. Even when someone tries hard to hide it, their body language and behavior give it away. She might become extra sarcastic, slightly distant, or start roasting you more than usual when she feels threatened. All signs that she's emotionally affected. The key here is not to abuse that emotion to get attention, but to recognize it for what it is. If she's reacting like this when other women are around, she's not indifferent. She cares. That jealousy, no matter how small, shows you hold a special place in her mind. She's just not ready to confess it yet. 7. She agrees with you a lot. When a girl likes you but doesn't want to make it too obvious, she'll often find herself agreeing with you more than she usually would. Not because she's trying to flatter you, but because she genuinely respects your opinions and feels a natural alignment with your thoughts. Notice how she responds when you talk about topics like music, movies, values, or life goals. Does she light up and say, "I totally agree"? Or does she nod along, echoing your ideas in her own way? That's not coincidence, that's connection. Even if she has a strong personality and typically speaks her mind, you'll see her softening her stance with you. She may not completely change her views, but she'll find common ground. She wants you to feel understood, and in the process, she's also seeking emotional closeness. This agreement is her way of building rapport. On top of that, she might ask for your thoughts on certain things, even ones she already has opinions on, just to hear how you think. That shows respect and interest. She values your perspective and sees you as someone worth syncing with. But don't mistake this for her being fake or trying too hard. When done subtly, it's usually because your values naturally align, and that alignment gets clearer the more time you spend together. When a girl agrees with you frequently and authentically, it's not just about shared opinions. It's about shared energy. She's not just listening to respond, she's listening to connect. And if you feel that rhythm between you two, chances are she feels it too. 8. She gets awkward in the cutest ways. No matter how put together a girl may seem, if she starts acting awkward or clumsy around you, there's a good chance she's catching feelings. Love has a funny way of making even the most confident person lose their balance, literally and emotionally. Maybe she laughs too loud at your jokes. Maybe she stumbles on her words when trying to tell you a story. Or maybe she drops her phone, spills her drink, or fumbles with her bag whenever you're near. These aren't just oops moments, they're nervous energy showing up in physical ways. You might also notice her hands getting twitchy, her posture getting tense, or her responses getting overly enthusiastic. That's her mind trying to keep it together while her emotions are in overdrive. This awkwardness is adorable because it's real. It means she's caught up in how much she enjoys your presence. She wants to impress you, but at the same time, she's scared of saying the wrong thing. That tension creates those silly little slip-ups. And if you're paying attention, you'll find them pretty telling. The best part? These moments give you the perfect opportunity to ease the tension and make her feel comfortable. Laugh with her, not at her. Be gentle. Your response to her awkwardness can actually deepen the bond. So if she seems a little more fidgety, clumsy, or goofy than usual when she's around you, it's not random. She's into you, and her body's just doing a terrible job hiding it. 9. Her body language gives her away, words lie. Body language doesn't. When a girl likes you but tries to hide it, her physical cues will often betray her true feelings if you know what to look for. Start with eye contact. If she looks at you often, especially when you're not looking, it's a strong signal. If she quickly looks away when you catch her, that's even better. It means you caught her admiring you. Now watch her posture. If she leans in when you talk, keeps her feet pointed toward you, or faces her whole body in your direction, that's subconscious attraction. These are gestures people make when they're drawn to someone. They can't help it. Touch is another big one. She might give you playful nudges, touch your arm when she laughs, or adjust something on your clothing. These light, friendly touches are often her way of testing the waters without being too forward. Her facial expressions also matter. If her smile is genuine, where her eyes squint slightly, that's a true indicator of comfort and joy in your presence. And if she's biting her lip, tucking her hair behind her ear, or mirroring your gestures, her body is syncing with yours. Pay attention to these signs. She might not say a word about her feelings, but her body's already screaming the truth. All you have to do is watch and listen with your eyes. 10. She says yes when you ask her out. Sometimes the clearest answer comes from the most obvious action. If she says yes when you ask her out, that's all the proof you need. When a woman doesn't like a guy, she'll avoid any situation that might feel romantic. She'll dodge, cancel, or keep it group only. But when she's interested, even secretly, she'll agree. Sometimes with a smile she tries to hide. She might pretend it's just casual. Sure, let's hang out. But her quick response says otherwise. If she's making time for you, rearranging her schedule, or showing genuine excitement, she's into it. She might play it cool on the surface, but the fact she said yes tells you she's open to seeing where this could go. Forget overanalyzing every text or decoding mixed signals. Take a confident step and ask her out. Coffee, a walk, a movie, something simple. Her answer will say more than 1,000 signs ever could. And if she says no, that's okay. At least you know where you stand, and you've saved yourself time and confusion. But if she says yes, even with a hint of hesitation, just know she's been waiting for that moment longer than you think. So here's the truth, man. Women aren't always going to say, "I like you." Not because they're playing games, but because they're protecting themselves. They want to know you're not like the rest. They want to feel safe, showing interest. But if you know what to look for, you'll see it. The shyness, the accidental touches, the nervous laughter, the jealousy she tries to hide, the way her eyes light up when you enter the room. It's all there, plain as day, if you're paying attention. Now, if you recognized even 2 or 3 of these signs in a girl you've been around lately, don't ignore it. Take the lead. Be bold. You don't need to rush anything, but don't let that window close because you were too scared to act. And if you found value in this breakdown, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a friend who's in that same situation, because sometimes all it takes is one move to change everything. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and as always, keep becoming the man you were built to be.